Alright. Hopefully everything's gonna be great. I don't even know if I should be wearing this. Oh, nobody's in my party. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let's see what this guy's wearing. Oh, just 630 gear. Oh, to melding only haste? What does that mean? Holy shit, I have 195 of these now. I need more of these things. Actually, I need more of these things. I didn't even realize it shined. I'm listening to everybody, like instructions. Everybody's all surprised. Oh my god. Oh my god. Huh. When one slime is near another slime, it will cast fusion, causing it to eat the other slime. And combine the total stacks of all slime within range of the fusing cache. This is a short point-blank AoE. It will not hurt you, but will combine all slimes. If you are feel free to move your slime within the doorway. Especially in the southeast room. You can always interrupt one slime cast to ensure that the center of your room button. Oh, what's up, GL? Sorry, I'm like listening to all these instructions right now. I guess. I mean, I got the Ultimate Edition for free, pretty much. Oh. Oh, it shouldn't be that hard. It's just point and click, alright? Alright. Sorry. Alright. I think I get it now. Wait, really? You can't hear them right now, but like I have people like talking in my ear. Man, what happened to Blizzard? I thought they make like... I thought they make games on the for a potato. Or games, make sure the games work on... No, it's Discord. I just have it routed not to OBS. I can make it appear on OBS, but... Oh, damn. You should have gotten the Steam Deck. I'm pretty sure it can. It can run on a PlayStation. Although on the PlayStation, it looks like Diablo 3 though, but front back. Get inside the hitbox. Oh wow, alright. Paid. My friend pays my sub for me. Really? Telegraph stack marker. Back, front, front, back. I got hit. Oh my god. This is so many people for a raid. We're taking this guy down pretty quickly. Oh shoot, I don't... No, I did not. Wow. Second time. I saw the Tetris movie. I like that. That was a good movie. Did you see the Mario movie? Sorry, like if I'm talking like very strangely right now because I'm also listening to instructions. The Tetris movie was really good. No, it's not a documentary. It's like Wolf of Wall Street or like, you know, The Social Network. It's like that. I wonder if this counts as like a second boss. Uh, 3 hours. Also, this is my first time in here, along with a lot of people here, so we're all also learning, like, these mechanics, so they're explaining the mechanics right now. I think, like, once you understand how this raid works, you should be able to finish it in, like, an hour. But this is also out of the ordinary that there's this many people here. Usually raids in this game don't require 48 people. You only need 8. This is like a special kind of raid. The person who's leading this raid is explaining it. Yeah. We're also not going to clear this. We're only going to be able to beat a few bosses. Man, my rotations suck right now. I'm just paying attention to the mechanics. Oh, damn, they got hit. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, so that wasn't a boss. Yeah, so this is how many things that we have to defeat. So there's 6, so we defeated 3 already. 2 hours. But also, we were learning it too. If we didn't have to learn it and we just went in and everybody knew what was going on, then it would only take like 30 minutes. Maybe 40. And I'm one of the people that's learning this. Three phases. Steel string or what? Oh, so this is a healer's job. It's a lot of explanation. No, I'm listening to instructions right now. Because the leader's done this for 2 years. Almost every week. Oh, that's for healers. And he's like, they're posting like diagrams on Discord. There. Maybe I should put the audio for Discord on.
Going to the north and the
There.
south.
Now you should be able to hear them.
Oh yeah, we could just let Luna take both F1s. That works actually. So cool. To the north and the south, there's something called Aura Sphere. It is the job of 2 tanks, not the main tanks, to pick those up. So currently, Rin has chosen to be north 1, and Maximilian has chosen to be south 1. The reason we say north 1, south 1, there are 2 waves of this final phase. So Rin will take the first one to the north with stance on. Max will take the south one the first time through with stance on. After they die, they will do a tank buster that they will invult. We do have a 2 and a 4 spot open that is north 2, south 2 respectively. Can I get new tanks to these spots? Valkyrie, you are not a tank. So we got Tavor took the south, thank you. I need a north 2 tank on that 2 marker. Dim, you can go ahead. Really, any of you, really. So Dim can take it. If you're north 1, south 1, you can have your stance on as soon as the bosses are jumping away. If you're north 2, south 2, you can have your stance on as soon as the first orb dies. DPS help kill the north and south orbs. They are called Aura Spheres. Other than this, we have 4 ads in the intercards that we need to kill. They're called Ethereal Ward. They do a move called Coat of Arms that is a directional parry. When Coat of Arms is casting,
this boss has been around for like 4 years already.
If you got a
Maybe
big
3.
AoE like dancers with your dances, healers with a size, anything like that, don't use those while the directional parries are out, or be very careful about your positioning. Anyway, this sounds like a lot, but to go through this real quick again, we have yellow purple tethers at the start with Steel Sing and Spellforge. We have bombs.
Well, he did say he's
shield,
bi, so he has like that bisexual like
Phase 2
talk.
Is the gap mechanic, killing
not like exactly flamboyant, but it's almost flamboyant.
Phase 3, healers get to reflect positions. North 1, South 1 pick up your orbs, help burn them down. There's a second wave of those. So healers will get back to their spot as called for. North 2, South 2 get back. We'll kill those orbs as well. Kill the ethereal wards. That is phase 3. Healers, if anyone is missing Steel Singer Spellforge in a party, let me know, please. If anyone got kicked, they just are out at this point. You won't get LB3, so we'll pick you up as needed. Healers can also double check to see which spot they are, 1 or 2 in their party. You can mark that spot on the map with a flag to make sure you just know it a little better, etc. Step across the line once you are ready. If you have any questions, let me know.
Did I get voluntold to do one of the F1s? Because I need to steal one of the middle ones in order for me to burst all
Oh, okay.
6 of the ads.
So who got kicked? What role?
Somebody got kicked?
Yeah, somebody got AFK kicked, I think. Off-take party A. Okay, so just off-take, that's not the big a deal. So I'm gonna say, we'll say party E1, E2. So party E's healers. Party E's healers? That would be...
Oh no, it's just E1.
Oh, just E1? Okay.
I'm gonna be bursting all 6 of the bosses there.
Oh, heard. So
Yeah.
E1. E1, whoever was E1, you don't have to do anything. Celadine, you don't have to do anything. All you can do, you can look around and see if anything's missed and try to help get it. But otherwise, Luna's got your spot. Krieg, you have to still do mechanics. Does anyone have any questions as we step across the line into the arena? Like I said, there's a lot going on here because it's 3 mini fights in one, but all of them are handled pretty simply. Oh, Rin, yes, you are North 1. Correct.
Also, for my request,
What's up?
tanks during turrets, don't move the bosses, please.
Yeah, like, the center one, I believe that'll be Azalea. It's not that hard. You just go to the other side of your boss and you can still hit the end. So it looks like we're waiting on, 1 sec. Yeah.
Just to go over the phase 3 tank thing, the orbs are going to spawn, the tank ones are going to pick them up. They're going to, while they're DPS down, and then invuln after they die.
Yep.
And then another orb will spawn, the second tanks will pick them up, and invuln when, I assume an AoE goes off when they die?
Yep, when they die, they put an orange marker above whoever had top aggro. So if you see the orange marker, that's your side to AoE. You're a warrior, so, like, home gang is weird. If you have anything targeted, you have to untarget it or whatever. But yeah, it's, there's a bit of a gap in between as well. So it's not like you have to be prepared to instantly turn stance on. There's a bit of a, like, 10-second wait or so.
Okay. Do I have to home gang them while they're still alive, or?
It's after it dies. After it dies,
Okay.
you get that orange. Rin, you will turn on your stance for orb, when the bosses are jumping away, leading to that third phase. So there's that, 5 seconds or so that everything's jumping away. That is your time to stance on. Currently, only Himbo and Azalea should have stance on. Himbo, you are a Knight Soldier, so you'll take the Knight in the center, Soldier off to the west. I guess Knight Gunner is interesting, because one tank could just stay center, the other just flip-flops. That's, is that how Primal does it?
Well,
Is that Primal does it?
Depends on the host. Some like
Yeah.
doing wall.
different data centers
Right.
uses different strategies.
That's clever. I don't
Oh,
hate
no.
that, but I'm also not changing.
I think
So...
one time I
That's
was
just
told
why I was
the
asking,
tank-
because I wasn't sure. There are so many servers I run on that sometimes I get them mixed up.
Kala, once you are ready, you can either, if you have any questions, we can help with that. Cool. Looks like everybody is ready. Tank stance check. Food check.
all tanks.
No, we'll just have the 2 at first. They're experienced. They can hold.
No, please, don't.
All right,
I will die.
Fine. More tanks can have stance on to help Luna not die. Luna's gonna be doing big damage stuff, so you can always provoke if needed. Anyway, tank stance check. If you're not a main tank, you'll want to turn it off after they start to jump away at first. We just have a bit of a burst at the beginning. Tank stance check. Food check. Action check. We need steal and spell. Vibe check. Countdown beginning. Apply steal and spell in your parties. Steal sting for casters as well as healers. Spellforge for everybody else. Steal sting for casters and healers. Spellforge for everyone else. Keep them equipped. We will need them until after the first proper phase.
Damn, it's only 5 minutes long.
Once you have them, you can move up towards the group, towards the ads. We don't actually pull till we start attacking. Alright, group these up. Tanks. Group them up, keep them from killing Luna. This is every tank's job. If they start to jump away, the non-main tanks will turn their stances off. First set of raid ones going out.
I wish he told me that sooner so I can use my
Second set of
defensive.
raid ones going out. They jump away at 80 or after a certain amount of time. Alright, starting to jump away. Other tanks should turn their stances on. Only Himbo and Azalea should have stance on. Only Himbo and Azalea should have stance on. We need to keep damage balanced so they die at about the same time. Just keep an eye on it. I'll call it out if it's ever too different. Click off Steel Sting, apply Spell Forge. Click off Steel, apply Spell. Red Mages and Luna need Spell Forge applied. Red Mages and Luna need Spell Forge applied. How to get Luna?
Spellforge, please.
How to get Luna? Checking for tethers is next. We're resolving bombs on the outside. Check for a tether. Check for a tether. Tethers will go to large, rest, and small on the outside of the arena. Tethers large, rest, small on the outside edge. Outside edge. Tethers large, rest, small, outside edge. Tethers large, rest, small, outside edge. If you land before your bomb does, adjust where an explosion just happened. If you land first, adjust where an explosion just happened. We'll need to dispel on the warriors the next mechanic.
Alright, so I just got hit.
Dispel the warrior. Keep damage balanced as best as you can. Raid wide going out. We have a bit of downtime before the next set of mechanics. If you ever see the move, Relentless Battery, it is just a filler cast, just here to make you panic. The next thing you will be seeing are tethers. Remember, if you get a tether and didn't check for it, you can see a debuff on your debuff bar that looks like a set of scales. Tethers will go to green, rest to purple. Check for a tether. Check for a tether. These are in the intercards. Tethers green, rest purple. Don't get overlap. Don't get Venn diagram. Tethers green, rest purple. We're gonna get under the knight after this and hug it. In the hitbox towards the safe side. In the hitbox towards A. In the hitbox towards A. Dispel
Oh,
warrior
god damn it. I'm gonna die.
Raid red's going out. Dispel warrior, please. Tank busters are next. All of this is gonna loop. Let's pray for favorable patterns. Click off Spellforge. Apply Steel Sting. Nobody should have Spellforge. Apply Steel Sting. Reapply Steel Sting to all healers and casters, as well as Paladins, Dark Knights, Bards, Ninjas, and Reapers need Steel Sting. All healers, casters, as well as Paladins, Dark Knights, Bards, Ninjas, and Reapers. No one should have Spellforge. We're gonna be getting knocked back from the center. Work on the Night War, please. Night jumps away. Work on the Night War. Check for a tether. Check for a tether. Stop DPS on Warrior. Stop DPS on Warrior. Tethers will go to small, rest to large. Knock towards like 4 or A. Tethers small, rest large. Knock towards 4 or A. If you land before a bomb, your bomb does, adjust where an explosion just happened. If you land first, adjust it to a nearby explosion. Work on Night a bit more. It's been a bit under. Then we're just gonna burst these both down. Healers are good to swap off Steel and Spell whenever they want. Healers can swap off Steel Spell whenever they choose. Please arise people that are down whenever you're able to. Always use a Re-Ranger if you die in Brock. Healers can swap into Reflect Arises whenever they need. You'll need Reflect in the final phase, but not quite yet. Soldier we take to the west, Gunner we take to the center. Bit of downtime before the first mechanics. There's chemicals in the fire, turning the frickin' frogs gay. This is gonna be a gap mechanic. Just wait till I tell you what spot is safe. We're going to 2. Going to 2. 2 is safe. Check your gap. Turn your gap towards the gutter in the center. Gap towards the gutter in the center. Gap towards the gutter in the center. Gap towards the gutter. Align yourself with a turret. Gap towards a turret you're aligned with. Turret you're aligned with. Tank Buster first, followed by Raid wide. This is a facing-based mechanic. There are lots of facing-based mechanics in this raid. That's one of them. Forced marches are another. Whenever you see any of those, just practice facing your character in specific ways. Raid going out, by the way. There's a lot of different ways to practice. Different control schemes have better ways of doing one or the other. Anyway.
Yeah, standard control seems to be better for that.
Turrets are spawning in next. It may take time to pick up the turret. Try not to move the boss, please. It's everybody's job to help burn down the turrets, though. Pick up turrets. Main tanks will need to use their invul before the sniper shot goes off. It's a bit of a slow cast, though. After this sniper shot will be a raid wide. That's the word. Raid wide going out. Next is fire or ice. In lieu of calls, I will read a poem. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to save the furnace. Stop moving, by the way. Sheath your weapon, sheath your weapon, sheath your weapon. Stop moving. Stop taking attacks. To pay for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. That's a little slow and starting there. Anyway, back at it. Gonna have jumping close next. Work on the soldier more. It's a little behind. Healers, as soon as you have LB3, you are safe to use it. Just make sure once the final phase is starting, don't use your LB3. You'll need to reflect instead. We're gonna have another gap mechanic. Bosses are even again. It's gonna be jumping clones twice. I will say what it's safe. Currently it is both north safe, but they would jump twice. It is just the gap mechanic. If we kill this, maybe not. Get your reflect spots. ABC North, DEF South. North 1, South 1 takes. Stance is on. Get your reflect spots, please. Healers can reflect, whatever. Get your orbs. Watch for any near you that are missed and reflect them, please. Any near you that are missed? Always respect coat of arms. Do not green. What is missed? Use your actions. We need to burn. We need to burn. North 1, South, or North 2, South 2, stance is on. Respect coat of arms, do not green. Do not green. Healers back in position. North 2, South 2, back in position. DPS, help pick up the orbs. Or help kill the orbs. Healers can reflect to get your orbs. Watch for any near you that are missed. Watch for big AoEs, they can kill you on coat of arms. Alright, healers can LB3 whenever. Damage down again. Big damage, big damage, big damage. As these are dying, healers can actually LB3 as they're dying, as a last chance thing. Coat of arms, respected, do not green. LB3s, whenever. Respected, do not green. Watch your angle. We are not quite out of the woods yet. Alright.
4 is dead, so somebody has to pick up that tank.
Yeah, multiple people to pick up. Remember to stand on a body if you are helping pick people up. I did notice, dancers have a really rough time on that final phase, because everything a dancer does is AoE, whether they like it or not. Other classes like healers, summoner AoE, get them got, etc.
Half
anyway,
confused on what was
chests
happening
in this
there.
Arena. There are no traps going forward. So get your chests, you can make your way to the next arena. We have people to pick up first, though.
Don't forget to thank Mushi.
Yeah, thank you, Mushi. Yeah, and like, this is the kind of thing where how is like a white mage supposed to know that using a size can hit the nearby ad and get them killed, or a dancer to know that, or like
I killed an orb without reflecting it.
oh nice, that is such a good feeling. It's been
That
like
was weird. I blood bleed it from afar and just basically one-shot it.
nice.
All right. Well, after
It's rough
this,
because
I'm gonna
on
go
one
watch a
hand,
video.
Dancers, the best DPS classes are melee generally. Okay, like profane and irregular are their own thing, but for most prog, melee and flare style are gonna be the best the best usage of your stuff. And so it's a little tricky. Everybody is up, cool. It's a little tricky, because dancers have a couple things to worry about, but you also just get such a huge boost from like boosting a melee. It's just the way the actions work. Like, Rage Fizz and Casters have the best support things for like party-wide stuff. Melee have insane like synergy with their duelist. For those that didn't know, there is unique synergy with each pure essence. For Melee, the pure essence makes Banner of Honored Sacrifice last 30 seconds and basically deal no damage. It's stupid. Anyway, welcome to Phantom. We will take a short break at TA again, followed by doing a practice poll. Not a practice poll with everyone. It's a dry run. It's a fun thing we do. Anyway, welcome to Phantom. Phantom's not all that bad. The main thing is that there are 2 symbols per lane, but it's just a listen to calls thing. If you follow a donut along, we'll start to the north and follow each dot on the ground. The donut takes every dot along the way. Himbo, do you want to keep main taking? I'm just assuming yes, saw this mark, yeah. The main take will just need to stay ahead of it just to make sure people can get uptime and stuff. Let's see. For, you follow the dots along, there's always a dot at the very bottom, so keep an eye out for that donut, but don't run into the wall. If we're ever having to move over because of a line AoE, we wait for 3 pulses of the line AoE next to us before moving. There's
Oh, by the way, GL, did you watch that unrecorded video?
We DPS down red ads.
A game?
It is possible to not see the ad phase if
That
we do
body
hella damage
cam
on the Phantom at the start.
shooter.
So please do hella
Looks
damage
hyper-realistic.
at the start. There are 3 ways to ads though, so save your
Well,
main
it's a
heals, don't
shooter,
use all your
so you might
benedictions
not.
on the same one at the same
It
time.
might not be your
I
cup
have
of tea,
something
but
I
it
used
looks
to save for this. It was,
hyper-realistic.
a very not safe for work call I used to make for it. I can't do that anymore because I'm a mod of the server. I need to watch what I say. But my DMs are open if you're a terrible person.
You know what? But I am a terrible person. I will say it in a heartbeat.
I would please don't, because setting a
What's
good
the worst
example.
thing you're gonna do? Server mute me?
Damn, you're right. But yes, my DMs are open for any similar terrible degenerate gremlins that want to know what I used to say. Anyway, that's most of the explanations though. Like most of this is pretty straightforward. Listen to calls, follow the callers, etc.
It's more like a camera is
across the
like
line,
right
you're
here, and then you're looking at it from the
tank
body
stance check.
cam point of
Only the
view,
main
not
tank
the
needs tank
eyes
stance
point of
on.
view.
That's gonna be Himbo. Nobody else needs it on for the rest of the this fight or the next one. You can step across the line once you are ready. We're waiting on Azalea, Silhouette, Sezla, and yeah. If anybody BRBs or whatever, you know, we do take a bathroom break after this anyway. It looks like we're all ready. I'm gonna start our countdown. And yeah, Luna, you can take calls.
Oh no, I meant TA the dry run. But
Yeah, you can do a TA dry run. I'll call this then.
Okay.
I love Phantom. For some reason. Anyway, make sure to use Banish as soon as possible. Banish basically gives us a hella boost of damage. We did a side honor Banish, so thank you for Banisher. Oh no, it's a raid ride. I forgot to explain it. Oh no, the raid ride. Oh no, we have AirPods in. Oh no. Anyway, we're gonna be going towards A or D. Start Alpha or Delta.
Oh, this guy's going down fast.
Going to Alpha. We're gonna be following donuts along from A all the way down to the bottom. Make sure to watch for the dots on the ground. They follow the dots. There is one at the bottom. Don't get dot by that one. Don't run into the wall at the bottom. Keep moving your way down. I always get hit when I'm maintaining. There's 1 pulse next to us. 2. Move over to 2. Move over to 2. You can pick up people as soon as you can, because we do not get LB3 this night. Yeah, that wall will get you. We're gonna be either starting at 1 or 2. We're starting at 1. Starting at 1. After 3 pulses, move over a line.
What 3 pulses?
1
1,
pulse.
2.
2. And move over to 2. Move to 2. Move to 2. After 3 more pulses, we'll move back. There's 1 pulse. 2. And move to 1. Move to 1. Boss is gonna jump center for the ad phase next. Remember, we're healing up the white ads, we're DPSing down the red ads. Don't use all your heal bursts on the same one at the same time. I'm gonna benediction the north one on wave 3, by the way. So don't get that with me. North one wave 3 is mine. Luna's gonna get it anyway. I know it. Wave number 2.
I don't know
You'll
what
gain your
happened.
resources as
These
they
things
go
died
as
so
you go.
fast.
Luna, 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 Luna. That one's always the most popular one to get. Hey, healers win. Good job, healers. Interject the Phantom, please. Interrupt it. Cool. Next mechanic for getting knocked either north or south. Feel gauging resources as things get low. We're gonna kill it before we see the knockback anyway.
Does this game make you sick?
Cool. There are traps going forward. Traps going forward. Some of our members will go ahead and jump up and down to show you where you can percept. If you're not a perceptor, stay behind the group. So Azalea is running ahead to show you.
See, if I use the
You can percept
controller,
straight in the center of this room.
it'll be much more
Alcove always has
smoother.
one, so wait at the door and percept once. Always wait for perceptors in these trap sections. In the next screen transition, there'll be another little alcove. Wait there and percept at the door. Pray for no door prug. Door prug. Do we actually have it? Do we have it? Take a look. It's in a book. Door
Oh
prug!
yeah, see,
Hey,
wider
Be
FOV.
careful. You can get caught on the door if you try to just hug the walls.
Oh
Go dead center here and percept
shit.
again. And that is all.
It's like right in the
Going to
middle.
EA Arena.
Oh,
We're gonna
and
take
this
a 5
door
minute
is
break to
a
shake the nerves
collision.
out and do whatever. We'll come back at 35 past the hour, where I'm gonna do a quick explanation, do what we call a dry run of this boss, and then we'll pull it for real. So shake
Yeah, I
your nerves out. We're
forgot
gonna come
about
back
this guy.
at 35 past. Made because I have
See,
to pee and,
well, even with
I
the
will be on
controller,
break as well.
you know what you can
I'm
do?
back.
So you can do stuff like this. You can target and then you can move around. You see where my character is? She's down here. Because I have this person, you know, targeted, and that person is centered.
Depends. Do they have Aether Shield? We should have 3 tanks.
See.
So the answer is yes. 0 fort stack should be able to live.
But the problem is you backpedal when you try to go back instead of run backwards.
I will say this: if y'all want to know some cursed knowledge, a profane white mage can solo heal this. We're gonna have 3 tanks for the dry pool, so everybody should be able to live, because you have to have it for the tank busters. Grandpa's on crutches, I'm on crutches. What's up with us all hurting our legs? Grandpa, where you go?
Bathroom.
Make sure not to get AFK kicked. We got about 4 minutes left.
Hey, Grandpa.
What's up?
Nice crutches.
Thank you. Yeah, so
Or
for
I got
anyone...
mine.
Yo, where'd you get yours?
Himbo delivered them to my
Oh,
door.
right, you mentioned that. Yeah, so you need to tell me where y'all are, because, like, I can't promise I'll have any free time. But,
We're on the other side of the states. We're near... not to dox him, but we're near California.
Oh, gross. Okay. I have plans to possibly visit some Colorado people eventually. So I might, if I end up driving, I might just, like, make a trip out of it.
I'm flying to Arkansas in June. I'm gonna be spending the month of June in Arkansas.
Okay.
As weird
I'll,
as it might sound, I'm a cabin counselor for a church camp.
Nice. Okay. As far as crutches go, for those not in the know, I broke my ankle 2 weeks ago. So I'm moving kind of slow. That's why I'm giving myself long bathroom breaks too, just because I have to hobble up and down the stairs. Yeah.
Bless your soul.
I mean, I'll dox my real name is on my Twitter account, like, or my government name, I suppose. Like, I think my city is on my Twitter account. Like, no, I'll dox myself just fine. I go rock climbing. There's an indoor bouldering gym like 30 minutes from me, that I've been going to really regularly. But I fell from
That's
a
where you
really
keep
awkward
going.
position. Yeah. Really, really awkward position too. Like, not much I could have done.
And mine was a scooter malfunctioned and started speeding up out of control. It got up to 45 miles per hour and then decided it didn't want to ride her anymore.
So as far as this dry run goes, let's see. We need, I guess the duelist can stack. So like, I don't know if you want to do the dry run yourself.
I have to be in the fight to call it.
That's true. So we can do Azalea as a tank. Luna can be in it as well. But do we just need one more tank at that point?
We need 3.
So 2 tanks and a healer.
3
Or 2
tanks. A melee, which is Luna.
Because I've done it with literal 2 people. Okay, so we'll do Rin, Azalea, Valkyrie. No need for you to be in there. We don't want to waste arises. So like, we don't want to waste deaths.
If you think you're gonna die during this run, go to C.
Yeah, exactly.
I have
Like,
no
you want to die
idea.
south if it's ever a problem. So we want this to be
On
vets.
the edge of the
preferably.
arena.
So Azalea and Rin are both tanks. Luna, are you able to stack with it and basically be a tank for
No.
it? Or
No.
okay, right? You're profane, right?
Yeah,
You're not
I'll
a normal
just
duelist.
die. Himbo could join us
If Himbo wants to jump for the
get
dry
back.
run. So yeah,
Get back.
not yet. So what we're doing for a dry run, we're gonna have a couple of vets do this, where we are not going to die, and if we do, it's not that big a deal. So minimum people in this fight. Yeah, leave the party if you're part of the dry run, and we'll invite as a proper thing. So I don't know who just got party lead from me, but yeah, so Luna's invited. The reason we're gonna do this, there's no better way to learn mechanics than doing it yourself, but second to that is watching mechanics done. So you can focus, target one of us, watch our buffs, whatever.
There is one of every role in the party. If you want to target the plus symbol, that's your melee. If you want to target Friel, that's your caster, fizz range, healer.
Yep.
And if you want to target any of the 3 others, those are your tanks.
So to
White
walk
Mage
you
is in fact a melee in this situation.
through the mechanics, TA is the wall in DRS because it's kind of personal responsibility for everything. I can give you a basic idea what to do, but you have to resolve it yourself. There's the hot-cold mechanic. Hot-cold, you're gonna get you're gonna get your hot-cold, and then you have to resolve it by getting hit with the opposite. Normally, anyway. So if I have a Fire 2, I want to get hit by an Ice 2 and zero it out. There are 3 different phases that happen twice each, so 6 in all. The second time through each phase, they're a little different, and we have something called Elemental Brand that adds to or subtracts from your hot-cold. What that'll look like. I could get a Fire 2 for my hot-cold and an Ice 1 for my Elemental Brand. I add those together. Fire 2 plus Ice 1 is still Fire 1 that I still need to zero out, so I get hit by an Ice 1. The way to keep this in mind, I think of fire as positive numbers and ice as negative numbers, and just do the math. The other way to think of it, if you add your Elemental Brand and your and what you get hit by, that has to equal your hot-cold and zero it out. So if I have, Fire 2, hot-cold, Ice 1, Elemental Brand, I get hit by another Ice 1 to zero it, etc. Either way, keep your new total in mind and ignore the different parts. Keep your new total in mind and zero that out for Elemental Brand stuff. The 3 different phases, staff phase, sword phase, bow phase. We have 3 different weapon swaps at the start that decide how we move. Staff you get out, sword you get to the front, bow you get to the back. It all gets called out. Those repeat later on, so be ready for that. The raid wide hits extra super hard, so the raid wide needs Aether Shielded. All main tanks will Aether Shield their party. Off tanks, if you do not trust your main tank, or your main tank is new as well, you can have Aether Shield as well and also get raid wides. Otherwise, off tanks can just wait to see their main tank die and swap into Aether Shield on the fly. All raid wides get Aether Shield.
I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
I'll
Can I have
swap
Shell?
into-
This is
I'll
gonna
swap
get
into
cursed if I
it.
don't.
Oh, that works. Tank busters are stack tank busters that we have all tanks stacked for, usually to the north of the boss or just towards the wall. The 3 different phases are a bit different. So staff phase, we get to the center and we get a forced march. The forced march points left, right, front, or back. It marches you 2 squares. You wait for the proximities and get marched into the orb that resolves your debuff. Point your march, do not greed, get marched into the orb. This is a character-facing mechanic. Swords is one of the trickiest spots here. It's the mechanic that gets most people killed. The boss goes untargetable and clones appear near the 1, 2, 3, 4 marker. And we get 2 sets of cleaves. 2 sets. One spot is safe for the first one. For instance, if this 4 square is safe, the 4 clones will cleave in such a way that the cardinals from the safe square get cleaved by just 1 clone. So if 4 is safe, the A, B, C, or D squares are possible safe spots for you, each cleaved by 1 clone. Your job is to get to the safe square, spin your camera around to see where yours would hit, what you need hit by and where it would hit, and sidestep 1 cardinal from the safe square to get hit by just that. If you
Oh my god, what the fuck?
If you end like this, at 3, you would die. If you end at 2, you would die. If you end at 4, you would die. Cardinal from the safe square or nothing else. Or you die. Swords always cleaves twice, so you can always get to the safe spot for the first time and get it on the second time if you're not sure. But either way, you need to get hit by 1 on one of those 2. For bow, we get a forced march as well. We either get march towards Bravo or Delta, towards B or D, away from the firewall. You can just watch for one and adjust if you need to go to the other.
Yeah, they just posted like a 20-second video clip on what it's gonna look like.
It's a bit different. The pipe game, you can see Rin posted a little cheat sheet for it. There are more bends, and there's no yellow line to tell us what goes where. You can either use the cheat sheet to see where each one goes.
This is gonna be easy.
Or you can follow it along.
This thing is gonna be
every bend in the pipe, so you can just trace it along with your mouse, bending left or right, taking each bend, etc. Either way, get to the safe square, resolve your hot cold, etc. Second time through, all of them are a little modified. For staff 2, the orbs appear, but there's no forced march. Instead, there are clones to the north and the east. Clones cleave the entire row or column they're on. So you get to your orb, and then on the spot...
Well, it's more like you have to also execute it. The problem-solving portion has already been done. It's like being able to execute on the problem solve after you problem solve it is the hard part.
And a fire 2. That just means you need to get hit twice to zero it out. So if I have 2 fire 2s, I need to get hit by ice 2 each time. For bow 2 is the tricky one. We have clones we need to dodge, either sidestepping to the boss or getting intercards from the boss. And then we get away from the firewall, popping sprint if we need to, towards Bravo or Delta. When we're on the wall, we get to play the shopping list, we call it. You get your hot, cold, your element of bread, a forced march on the little 1-lane strip on the wall, and then the arrows appear. Your job is to figure out where you need to go, where you need to start so your forced march points you there, and get there with the proper pacing in time. Otherwise, though, that's the fight. There are raid-wise and tank busters sprinkled throughout, but that will be handled by calls. Not going to do any ready checks because all 5 of us in the arena are ready to go. Tank stance check, Himbo will keep it on. These 5 in the arena are going to die for your entertainment. Please watch as mechanics get resolved.
There is 2 share screens inside of Discord. You can also watch Melee will want to watch Luna Midori. And Himbo will be tanks. Or Melee.
I'm also streaming as always. I'll repost my stream in the chat in case you need it. Yeah, so these are our perspectives. Make sure you don't get AFK kicked. I'm starting our countdown.
I will be calling for you today. At least I think I am.
Yep, you're good.
Cool.
Remember, if you're gonna die in the arena, try to get back towards the entrance and die there. Kala, get out of the arena. Only us 5 in the arena. Only us 5.
Alright, Trinity of Out starts with a shared tank buster. All tanks will go north. Alright. Provoke, please. Thank you. Alright, shared tank buster. Alright, Aether Shield mitigate. Aether Shield mitigate. Alright, everybody to the front. All to the front. Everybody to the front. Alright, casters and ranged can pre-position south. Alright, get away from the boss. Now. Alright, get behind the boss. She will center herself on 3. Alright, you've received your quick march. Double check it. We're gonna be marching either to A or B. B or D. That was a shared tank buster. I'm so sorry, I forgot to call that. Alright, we're gonna be going to B. Get forced march to B. You will move exactly 2 squares. Alright, if anybody reses in the fire, please rescue them. Do not move if you res in the fire. No actions taken. You have received your temperature. There is no force marched with this one. I do not know what the pattern is because I'm a dirty tracer. Because somebody call it.
Inverted.
Thank you. Alright, please resolve the mechanic now.
See, I've been doing that since I was a kid, so I know how this works. So I'm able to see it very quickly. It's a very Japanese thing to do. I don't know if Koreans or Chinese people do the same thing, but at least in Japan, that's something that you do as a kid.
Alright, swords are up next. I'm gonna need heals.
They got you.
Alrighty. I'm gonna call the safe spot, which is 1. 1 is safe. 1 is safe. If you're standing on 3, you're dead. 1 is safe. 1 is safe. Alright, 4 is safe. 4 is safe. If you're standing on 2, you're dead. Alright, you can pre-position away from the boss if you are a caster. Aether Shield mitigate. Aether Shield mitigate. Alright, melees and tanks away at the flash of light.
I have to move because if you don't move for like 10 minutes, you get AFK kicked out. For inactivity.
Alright, everybody in the center of the arena for mitigations and heals. You are receiving your temperature now. You are about to receive your force march. You are going to move 2 squares from however you choose to resolve this, typically from the center, but some people don't. Alright, the meteors are coming down. Make sure you mitigate this. Do not use Aether Shield. Alrighty, resolve the mechanic properly. Alright, Aether Shield mitigations, Aether Shield mitigations. Get behind the boss.
Rin, next buster, don't stack for me, just have me mold. Oh, never mind, it's
Alright. Unseen Eye, enter cards or sides. Enter card, sides. Sides the boss, sides the boss. Pop sprint if you desire. We're headed to B. Now, go to B. I choked, I'm sorry. Alright, this is the shopping list. We got hard mode, folks. You are receiving your temperature. You are receiving your brand. Add them up. Luna currently has Ice 1, for an example. You're receiving your forced march.
And you move 2 spaces.
Inverted.
Alright. And resolve the mechanic properly.
Yeah, I totally did it wrong. Even I was able to figure that out very quickly.
Alrighty. Aether
I had
Shield
so
mitigate.
much
Aether
time.
Shield mitigate. Aether Shield mitigate. I need mitigations, please. I'm sorry. Alright, shared tank buster, get away from Himbo. Everybody away from Himbo. Everybody away from Himbo.
Good enough.
Alright, everybody to the front of the boss. Alright, you're receiving your temperature here soon.
You know, for
You have
only
20
5
seconds
people,
until she
they
becomes
managed
untargetable.
10%.
I have fire 3, so I'll need to get hit twice. But I'll do it in 2 separate hits.
Alright, I will call what is safe. Alright, 4 is safe. 4 is safe. 4 is safe. 4 is safe. If you're standing with Luna, you're wrong. Alright, 2 is safe. 2 is safe. Stack on 2.
I think that's pretty good.
Alright, back on the boss. Casters can pre-prepare to be away from the boss. Aether Shield mitigations, Aether Shield mitigations. I choked because Grandpa's here.
Think you need to impress me.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, get away from the boss at the flash of light, blah blah. This time, there will be no forced march, but there's an unseen eye at the same time. What you're gonna do, vets, once you find the area, you're gonna jump up and down. You're gonna look north, northeast to figure out where we need to go. You are receiving your temperature, go to the center of the arena. You are
Wiggle
receiving
check.
your brand.
Don't get AFK kicked.
Everybody move. Fire 1. Alright, go find the one that you need to hit by and check. It looks like it's out, north-south, dark squares north-south.
Oh, what the fuck?
Alright, everybody
Okay.
go die at sea.
We have a raid wide followed by enrage. But none of these
Alright,
matter.
so
We
they
wanna die
managed
to the south.
13% by
walk into the
themselves before the boss
The
enraged.
reason is, once we die here, y'all will help pick us back up. Please die, so, yeah. Ba, 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 ba. So, wait for the boss to go untargetable. Please pick us back up. Please pick us back up with arises. Try to step on a body if you're gonna arise. So this is the risk of a dry pull like this. We're wasting more arises, as well as like re-raises and the like. But that just gave y'all a pretty good view of what's going on. Couple things to talk about. As you saw, it is all personal responsibility. We can call out the general idea of what to do, but if you have a specific, like, no one else in your party has the same thing, etc., then yeah, you're just stuck with it. Also keep in mind, you're not expected to get this down the first time. You are expected to die this. That is fine. Like, that's the best we can do, basically. Doing our best to help you out. You don't want to arise people, so generally, if anybody has arises to pick us up, please, we're not doing so. Hey, Himbo's back up. Here's another. We got Luna, Phi, and Azalea to pick up still. Step on a body if you're gonna be arising, just so we're not wasting them. You don't want to arise during a hot cold phase because it can be possible to miss, or possible to like get something you can't resolve because you get hit by something. So generally wait till after hot colds to res. Awesome. Please leave. We're just gonna leave the party for this special group. Please pick us back up if we were in one of your parties. So Luna and I were in party F. If the new party F lead can pick us up. Yeah, so you don't...
Himbo needs protect in this whole raid.
You don't arise during hot cold. Let's see what else. Oh, it is possible, since you saw a dry one, it's possible we get through this, just because you saw a bit of an example. If we happen to get through this, we will go over on time, because we're already going to go a bit over. If we go over on time and you cannot stay, that is fine. But keep in mind, the worst thing that happens if we go over is you have a possibility of seeing more bosses or even possibly clear it. If you get through TA day 1, you could possibly clear day 1. Like, TA is the wall. Anyway, does anyone have any questions for us to cover, any explanations to go
I
back
think I
over,
got the
anything
general
like that,
idea.
anything that didn't make sense
The
that you
question
saw,
is like being able to react
let us
fast
know, we can
enough
re-explain as needed.
after seeing everything, like
Yeah. back
see
over
what
to
I
the-
have and
so the
then
basic
see what's
temperature is
going on in
same
the
as normal.
arena.
You get a hot cold and just need to get hit by the opposite to zero it out. Elemental brand is the tricky one. You get a hot cold and then your elemental brand modifies your hot cold. So if I have like a fire 2 and I get a fire 1 for my elemental brand, I have a new working total of fire 3 because you add them both together. It's a little tricky when they're opposites, like ice 2 with a fire 1. That just means I have an ice 1 left over, etc. Whenever you add them together, keep that new total in mind. So add them together, keep the new total in mind. You get to do math, congratulations. That's the tricky part. For swords, with sword 2,
The
you
math
get a
part.
total of 3
It's just a
or
lot of
4,
plus
which
ones
means
or
you
minus
need to get hit
ones
more
or
than
plus
once.
2 or
For
minus
bow
2.
too, bow the second time through, they can zero out, where you follow the empty spot as if there was an invisible arrow there. The empty spot also follows every bend, the same rules as before. For the wave, then the text, how do you tell which arrows to go to? That's just figure out which one you need to hit by, and then you can either trace the arrows along. I think it's actually like a Japanese like children's game, actually, the tracing arrows.
You see what I mean?
But now they're making all of us do it regardless of what culture you're from. Or you can use the cheat sheet where you can say it's a normal pattern. The 1 starts to the northwest. It's gonna end to the southeast, etc.
I believe
yeah.
it's called snakes and ladders.
Any
The snake
other
can crawl across a ladder at will.
See, I told you.
Indeed.
When
yeah,
I
it
was a
doesn't
kid,
matter,
I
like,
used to
they-
do it
they
all the
always come
time.
towards you from the opposite wall. Doesn't matter if the bed goes left or right, it will always take it and be on that new road.
You saw the
New
part
road.
where they had like a bunch of arrows
Again,
here, and then
any
like it went,
questions, please cross the
it
line
followed
once
like
you're
a bunch of,
ready.
it followed a
Who's
path,
liking
right?
their
Yeah.
razors, if they have them. There's a bunch of people still to the south of the line. I don't know if they have questions or have need actions like shell or whatever. You know.
What's the deal with the off tanks and Lost Ether Shield?
Yeah, so it is the main tank's job to Aether Shield every raid wide, but since this is the first time here, it's very possible your main tank just fucking dies. It's up to you as an off tank. If you wait to see your main tank die and then swap into it so your party doesn't die, or if you just from the get-go expect your main tank to die and start with it from the beginning as well.
Okay. Thanks.
On the last fight of the raid, Queen, all tanks have Aether Shield just in case. So like, either way, we're kind of like, you don't expect your buddy to live, you get your party anyway, because without Aether Shield, it's spicy time. Step across the line once you're ready. Looks like we have Shive, we have Hearts, we have Nuvia, we have Valkyrie. Shive Shiv? It's a Shive or Shiv? I won't remember, but you can tell me.
I will say this, Grandpa. Did you like those swords calls?
I did.
They were speedy.
Yeah, that was fast.
Remember when you made the comment, oh, you need to call swords faster?
Yep.
Guess who spent 6.5 hours?
No, you, like, all of my criticisms I've had for you, you have definitely taken to heart. And that's always lovely to see. Anyway, stance check, action check. Normally TAs where you refresh your actions. Food check, vibe check. Aether shields for main tanks, re-raises for everybody, etc., etc. I'm starting our countdown. Himbo is our main tank.
I still got 2
Stance check, only
re-raisers.
Himbo should have stance on. Remember,
Oh,
do not pick
70%
people up during a hot
chance.
cold phase. Same goes for LB3. We wait till 1 is over. Deep breath. This is the wall. This is our learning point. If we learn anything here, that is what we're going for. If you're better than when you came in, you'll be better for next week, and that's the goal. This fight starts with a tank buster. After pull, we'll have all tanks go to the front. You'll mitigate when that tank buster starts coming out. All tanks can go to the front. Mitigate, mitigate, mitigate. After this will be our raid wide. Aether shield and mitigate, please. Aether shield and mitigate. 3 weapon swaps are next. We're gonna be getting front, back, or out.
Front or
Gonna get to the
out?
front. Get to the front of the boss. Front of the boss. That's on the 3 markers. Center of the arena. Sometimes for front, the facing will be different. Just keep an eye out for calls. Walk in front of the boss and call for it. You get south behind the boss, range and cast, you get south and out. You're getting out next, Melee can wait for the pulse of light. What pulse of light? That pulse of light. Melee out. And next, we'll be getting behind the boss. Boss will reposition center. This is the same pattern as we just had. South behind the boss. Make sure you're still to the south. Tanks will go to the front again. We're going to get a forced march applied, and then we'll be able to tank us. Check your forced march direction. Tanks, make sure to mitigate. You're going to be marched towards either Bravo or Delta away from the firewall. You can just watch one and adjust if you need to go to the other. So just watch one, adjust if you need to go to the other. It's a 2-square march. We're getting marched towards Bravo. March towards Bravo. Do not greed. Do not greed on these mechanics.
Oh, shoot.
If you res in the fire, do not move. Wait to get rescued if you can. Or if you can make it, you can move to it. But definitely body for it. Rescue if you can. Alright, check your hot and cold. Check your hot and cold. Arrows are spawning. Normal pattern. Normal pattern. Chase the arrow or use the pattern. Normal pattern. Resolve it cleanly.
See, this is the part I know I'll get really well, because I can do this very well.
Point the boss back towards the center as you can. Aether shield after people res. Aether shield, aether shield, aether shield. Point
The
boss
hot
back
cold
towards the
mechanic
center.
I can be able to do well.
Make sure that you as well are pointing towards the center. You're looking at the front of the boss, she's looking at you. If you stacked on the plus symbol or the 1 symbol, you're doing it right. Front of the boss, pointing towards the center. Front of the boss, pointing towards the center. Alright, boss is going to target for long, mind you, cooldowns. Be careful about picking people up for hot and cold. If anybody gets res during this, they can just stand in the safe spot both times. Check your hot and cold. Clones are spawning. You're going to want to be a cardinal from the safe square, never be on intercards. Clones are spawning. We got 4 is safe. 4 is safe. If you end on 2, you're gonna die. Cardinal from 4. Cardinal from 4. Inner cards will kill you. As Daft Punk says, one more time. 2 is safe. 2 is safe. If you're resolved, go to 2. If you end on 4, you're gonna die. 2 is safe. Remember to swap into Aether Shield if your main tank's gonna die. Boss is gonna return with a raid wide. Aether Shield and mitigate for the raid wide. Aether Shield and mitigate. Re-raises if you die for whatever reason. Next, if you're getting out from the boss, melee can wait for the pulse of light.
Info, provoke. Thank you.
Get out from the boss, melee can wait. And what pulse of light? That one. Melee out. There's that little bell sound effect, like half a GCD later you can get back in. It's always impressive when you see people do it. Anyway, get center. Alright. We're going to be checking your hot cold. Check your hot cold. Check your forced march direction. Get center, mitigate, regens to keep people topped up. You're going to get march to the orb that resolves your debuff. You can either do so diagonally or move towards the cardinal and go straight. Find your orb.
Was that my
march to the orb that
healer?
resolves your debuff. Do
No.
not greed. Do not greed. There's gonna be a raid wide next. Once you move back up, we're gonna Aether Shield mitigate. Wait for people to die and re-res if possible. Group back up, Aether Shield and mitigate.
Still got a long way to go for the limit break. Now I got about 7 minutes left before I get forcefully pulled out of the instance.
Time number 2. South behind the boss.
See, I want to do this hot cold mechanic because I know I will be good at it.
Getting to the sides of the boss or to the intercards of the boss. Clones go off first, then firewall. Clones first, then firewall. Pop sprint if you need it when the firewall appears. We're going side to the boss. Side to the boss. Preferably towards Bravo. Side to the boss. Pop sprint. Clones go off first, then firewall. Get towards Bravo. Get to Bravo. Get to Bravo.
Wow,
Alright,
that
shopping
guy
list time. Wombo time.
survived.
Check your hot and cold. Check your hot and cold.
I keep getting targeted,
Add or subtract your elemental
but
range.
like
Add
I'm
or
not getting
subtract
raised.
your total. If it zeroes out, follow the empty spot along. It also takes every bend. Check your force march direction. Hot cold elemental brand force march is a 2-square march. We have inverted patterns. Inverted patterns. Find your spot, get marched to it. Do not grieve. Do not grieve. We're gonna return with a raid wipe. Once you get back in, get Aether Shield and mitigate. Aether Shield and mitigate. Tanks are gonna point to the wall for a shared take buster. Tanks point to the wall for a shared take buster. Next up, we're gonna point back towards the group. Point back towards the group.
Oh shoot, my entire party's
Point
about
back
to
towards the arena.
die.
Yeah, make sure you're at the front of the boss. She's looking at you, you're looking at her. And Bright Eyes. Boss is going untargetable for long, mind your cooldowns.
Yeah, and we're about to hit limit break 3 too, and we don't have any healers.
Check your hot cold. Check your hot cold. Add or subtract your elemental brand. Add or subtract your elemental brand. This is your new total. If it's a total of 3 or 4, you need to hit more than once. Do it in 2 separate hits. Never be on intercards. Clones are spawning. Clones are spawning. We got 3 is safe. 3 is safe. 3 is safe. Never be on 1. 1 gets you killed. Cardinal from 3. Cardinal from 3. As Daft Punk says, around the world, around the world. 4 is safe. 4 is safe. If your resolve, go there. If you end on 2, you're gonna die. 4 or a cardinal from it. Boss is gonna return with a raid wide. Group back up. Wait for people to possibly res and then Aether Shield and mitigate. Aether Shield and mitigate. Next will be getting out away from the boss. Once your party is safe, healers are safe to LB3 if people are down. Out away from the boss, healers can LB3 if people are down. If both healers are dead in your party, please mark them. Mark them with some kind of symbol and people can rise them. But we don't want to rise during a hot cold anyway, so you have very limited time. Get centers. Stop arising or rezzing. Check your hot cold. Check your hot cold. Add or subtract your elemental brand. This is a new total. Get center, mitigate, regens to keep people topped up. You can pop sprint if you need to, but we are
I got about 3 minutes left before I get forcefully out.
Vets can jump up and down on the spot if they know it's safe. Inside quarters, inside quarters, inside quarters. Also gonna return with a raid wide. Group back up. Once you're grouped up and you see whether people arise or not, you can Aether Shield and mitigate. Aether Shield and mitigate, Aether Shield and mitigate. Alright, well, much love to all of you, but we are not making it through 13% during this Enrage cast. What this means, though, for one, we're not going too far over time tonight, so thank fucking God I am exhausted. Secretly, I was hoping we would get there. Not that I don't love y'all, but Jesus fuck, I'm tired. But like I said, TA is the wall.
Glory
TA
to
is
Baja.
personal responsibility. It is very, very, very rare for Fresh Prog to get through TA. This isn't a boss you clear on your first try. It's just not. It's doable, but it's not something to expect. The very best that we expect from Fresh Prog, if a Fresh Prog run makes it to Trinity Avowed and sees Enrage, that means that y'all have an entire week to go over VODs, to ask questions, to reflect on what you messed up, you know, whatever you need to pick the brains of the vets around you.
My mistake here was I accidentally pressed the button while I was trying to move my mouse.
We have so many resources for TA because it's all personal responsibility. So many ways to help y'all learn it.
And I ended up attacking the boss,
somehow,
which forced me to move.
What I'm saying is, not only did we get to TA to see a full Enrage, y'all got to see 2 full Enrages. Once with it done almost entirely successfully, and once with maybe fucking it up yourself here and there. Between the 2 of those, there is no better way for you to be set up for the future runs. So this is already a wonderful first night, and even if you spent half the night dead on the floor, you should feel really proud about how well you did, and hopefully y'all are excited and not too overwhelmed to come back next time.
By the way, thanks for a good time.
Yeah, much love, Luda.
You're on your way to Diabolo, so I'm in New Gradania at the Grand Company. chest.
Yeah, so, let me, drop some frags off first, just so I want to open inventory before I do this. Yeah, like, this raid is hard. The bosses are all extreme trial to, like, early savage difficulty. A lot of people maybe come straight from Party Finder or straight from, like, BA and are not used to, like, anything difficult. So, like, it could be a bit of a culture shock for people. But we go over it with so much time, so much patience, like, you're allowed to learn at your own pace. There does come a point where the group outpaces you, and maybe you're still dead on the floor. That's just how it goes. But, like, for the most part, like, you've got time to learn slowly. There are a lot of people who, like, started doing BA, eventually did DRS, and had never done an extreme trial or never done savage. But, like, after doing it are like, you know what? Hold up. Maybe I'm better than I thought I was. Maybe if I have enough time and patience and I'm patient with myself, I'm able to do better than I expected. And people do savage or extremes or whatever for the first try. And that is the best feeling I could give people, is that feeling of, like, confidence in themselves. So, hopefully y'all feel pretty good about how things are going. Hopefully that wasn't too bad or too overwhelming. When you're first sitting there in front of a boss and hearing the explanations in front of that boss, there's so much to go through, but then you do it, and it's like, okay, I get some of that. Okay, I see how some of that works. And then, you know, next thing you know, you're looking at guides, you're listening to calls, you're like, the next time through it'll make so much more sense. Yeah, where in New Granada did you say? Grain Company? Yeah, alright. Yeah, so
Shoot.
speaking
Where
of,
do I
Rick,
put
great
these
job with that
things?
dry run. I know you're still, as far as vets go, you're a fairly newer vet, right? I think? Yeah, just got your 5. So, like, there are people who have gotten the 5 clears or even beyond that and still wiped a TA or can't do swords or whatever. So, it is a, like, rough boss. And, as you heard, not to call people out, Luna died, Azalea died. These are super vets. That doesn't mean
Got
they're
greedy and cast glare, okay?
My mouse literally let go. I had to full downtime arrows too because it started doing it again. I was like, I'm not risking it.
I'm using y'all to make the newbies feel better about themselves.
Before,
Wait.
like, can you give me one question on the diagram
Yeah,
for
what's
the
up?
things? It's got at the top everything in order, and then the bottom has got the pattern is where it's going.
Correct.
But when I looked at the end, at where the temperatures were at the other side, they didn't go in order. Are they matching the bottom or the top?
They match the top.
Okay.
So the guide here, the 1 marker just the 1 at the start goes
Okay,
to
so
the
it
1 at the bottom.
colors have nothing to do with the actual temperatures. It's more okay, here's where it's actually going to show up. You need to match what you see with the number and then go. Okay, got it.
Yep. And
That
it could also be tricky because there's a gap. Remember that the gap is basically pretend there's an invisible arrow. It follows all the same rules.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, so Johnny in my party is saying that, like, aside from swords, everything felt pretty easy, and, like, we'll have
This is
some
what they're
people where
talking
everything in a
about.
fight clicks like faster than others. We have some people where, like, some people everything in TA clicks immediately, but they fuck up Queen's Guard or they fuck up Trinity Seeker.
Can I give those to,
Give whatever to
Himbo?
whoever. Yeah, give whatever to
Can
whoever.
I give those becomings to Himbo?
Yeah.
Because Himbo actually, like, needs them.
Totally.
Okay. That was like 30 mil of becomings I was just about to hand you, be like,
Yeah, and if you handed them to me, I would just pass them off to Himbo as well, right? Like, we're in this together. So yeah, like, I have done this for a long time at this point. I've done this for, like I said, I started doing this day 1 of the content. I haven't taken too many breaks, for a long time, like, for the first, like, 3-4 months of the content. Basically, up until Xandor, I was hosting, like, 2 to 3 runs a week. I love this content. I want to teach people this content. I want to make people feel confident in this content. I am out of inventory slots, actually.
oh, you're out?
Yeah, I should have thought about that ahead of time. Let me,
I have every fragment.
Yeah, I should have dropped off some random bullshit. Let me, go back in here.
It didn't help that I gave you a fish.
No, that's true. Alright, this is just the, there's no actual ballad here. Damn. This is the fucking glam dresser and shit. Yeah, my sound effect's full too. Cause I'm a gremlin. I only log in to actually do shit. So, yeah, like I said, y'all are probably feel super overwhelmed, out of your depth, whatever. But, you are in good company. We're gonna do our best to help you through it. Even if you're down on the floor just barely contributing, you're at least giving it your best. The content's over 2 years old. There's no reason to get super sweaty about, like, everybody has to earn their clear. We gotta get this super fat. Like, why is anybody in a hurry? This content's 2 years old. Where were you 2 years ago getting your dog, right? Like, we're just in here to have a good time, you know, feel good about it, learn some stuff, feel better about ourselves, etc. I can't.
I'm coming from WoW, so it's a very different experience, but hey.
Funnily enough, BA and DRS are closer to the WoW experience than you would get from, like, Savage Raiding or like, Ultimates or the like.
Yeah, I mean,
because...
except for I guess the raises being limited makes it...
But, like, the biggest, the bigger groups is generally more of a WoW thing. Maybe not full 48 all the time.
Hey!
I need to do this because I can't
Let me
fucking
come
go
to
to
Brynhilder.
I can't go to a summoning but Brynhilder? Okay.
Yeah, let me meet you in the inn room of
Heard.
Brynhilder.
I can't use a summoning bill until I'm back
Yeah.
Do we have to
I realize
sign up
that.
I'm
again?
on
Inn
Balmung.
room, Because
Or
there's a...
Yeah.
Or you're on Balmung? Sorry.
Yeah. Cool.
Looks
In a
like you're
Balmung.
going to the other
Right.
summoning bell.
Oh, it doesn't
Yeah,
seem like
I'll go to
it.
the inn. Anyway, DRS also, a lot of Final Fantasy 14 rating is very, like, synchronized swimming, we tend to call it. There's a lot of, like, you have to know exactly where to go with what. There's not a lot of reacting on the fly so much as, like, I have a couple different options. I figure out which debuff or which direction, and I go there. But you know exactly what you're doing ahead of time. Versus, from what I understand, WoW rating, there's a lot of, like, very quick, like, quicker reactions, like, quicker heal checks, or, like, more immediate heal checks and stuff. Like, more things to react to and deal with in the moment, rather than, okay, it's gonna be the same timeline every time, know what you're doing, you know, do it perfectly. So 14 can be very intimidating to learn because of that. But it can also be very, like, if you learn the exact timeline, you know everything down to a science. Like, there's maybe 2 options if you know both of them, and plan your rotation accordingly. So optimizing gets a ton of fun. DRS, though...
Recall
Like, DRS has a lot of ways to, like, recall or, like, do things a little earlier, but for the most part, there's also a lot of, like, do this on the fly. You have a couple options, but, like, you know, you gotta go here, 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 or here, and we do not know until it happens. Look, react, move. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess part of it is that you can't, because of the, you know, the Doom buff and the way that all works out and the limited raises, you can't do what you would do in a WoW where, okay, you miss the reactions, but other people do, so you can wipe,
Just kind
start
of clumps
again,
around it almost,
wipe,
yeah.
start again, you know, you proc that way.
Yeah, and also just the having to wipe and, like, go back to the start each time is definitely prohibitive. But another way to think about that, though, for anyone that's done BA, if you wipe a BA, you have to wait for another Omni. It takes like another hour and a half. If you wipe a DRS, it's like, you know, pick yourself up, wipe your ass, get back in. You still have charges from the last action you had quick. Like,
Yeah, I did BA last week, first time. We got trolled on Ozma and got flushed out.
That's, you know, we have a lot more trolls than DC travel because people are shitters. Regardless of what part of the internet you're on, people
I went and
are
did
shitters.
it again.
Yeah.
So.
I love BA. BA was my first love in this. Yeah.
I don't join BA runs anymore because I'm too much of a scaredy cat. Also, I'm gonna share screen once you're done with Himbo and let you watch me put all this away.
All right.
Yeah. Are you done handing?
Oh, we're done with the raid.
Himbo has stuff for you, and then I'm gonna put stuff away with you.
But thanks for tuning in.
Himbo,
I know you've been probably been busy.
As far as BA goes, though, like, even with the trolls and stuff, it's generally a glorified chat room. I say that with the most love in the world. It's a social event. It's like, it's punishing, but it's not difficult. generally speaking, it's just difficult enough to force you to like stay on your toes, but it's not so difficult that like you
I mean, I'll be honest. Until we got to Ozma, it all felt fairly mundane.
Yeah.
And even then, it was okay. It was at once, it was a double move on Ozma, but on that, it felt fairly normal raid level.
One interesting thing, Ozma is a chump check where if you're dead, you get extracted. DRS doesn't have that. You can get hard carried through Queen and still get your mount. You might not get the chest at the end if no one picks you up, but like you have to
get the
get
achieve
there.
still. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a, in a way, BA is more punishing to like in that regard, but the mechanics are so much easier.
But there's a reason in WoW I don't pay for carries. In other things I don't pay for carries. You want to do the content because you earned it, not any other way.
So how are you feeling
God,
about
it's so dark.
14 rating in general, or at least about like this? Bit of a culture shock, but doing all right.
Yeah, doing all right. I think it's most of a. I like the slower GCD. Server lag is the big thing I have to get used to, where you have to. The mechanic gets resolved earlier, and you basically have to be in the right position already, or else you're screwed. That's just prediction that comes with time with prog.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of, I haven't done any. I don't like Party Finder. Really bugs me. I'm trying to find people to, raid with, but in the meantime, I'm amusing myself with other stuff. So.
We haven't used it as much, but the cafe does have an a la carte, Party Finder a la carte section, which is basically like Party Finder Plus. It's still kind of the same feeling, but it's at least all cafe people, usually in a voice call together. So like when the new Savage tier comes out, you might see a couple things pop up there, even if it's just like we're not gonna get anywhere, but it's just a stupid, dumb learning run to just die to together with like maybe not outright friends, but less strangers.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna
jump off and drink some
you're
water
not.
and go to bed.
I didn't say I was gonna leave Luna. I said I'm gonna screen share you. I still have a bit more of my drink because like whenever you get to the end of a bottle, you have a choice. Do I make a weak drink after this, or do I make a super strong first drink? This is a very strong French 75. The mixer of French 75 is Prosecco, which is.
I don't think I need to be in the voice chat anymore.
I'm working on this one slowly. I need to stay kind of.
And I think that's it.